Now to reading comprehension, and I scored 92% in the reading comprehension section. I used Nurse Hub, Mometrics, Quizlet, and YouTube as my primary sources. There is a YouTube influencer, Math, who gave great information for reading comprehension. Check out her HESI videos for more details, which will be linked in the description of this video on YouTube. Here's a snippet of the most helpful part of her YouTube video.
I had Game of Bridge, and I do want to say Game of Bridge, that's on Quizlet. You can search that up, and literally the story and the questions were word for word, and they were right on Quizlet. I'm gonna try and see if I can find the exact one I studied. I also seen the water cycle. I seen that one on Quizlet too, but I do have to say that the questions were not like the one I seen on Quizlet. I did not see those questions or answers on the Quizlet, but I do advise you to read it, kind of know what it's about. Like, be familiar with all of these that I'm going to say. Food was another passage I had, and food was similar questions to what I seen on the Quizlet, but one, they weren't in order, and two, like only two or three of the questions were on the HESI. The other questions were different questions than what I seen on the Quizlet. So just keep that in mind. But food is not a hard passage, so I'm sure you will be successful as long as you like read it at least once before you take the test. Then I had a white elephant. White elephant was literally word for word from Quizlet, like same passage, same question, same responses. Then I had Golden Gate Bridge, and that one was also word for word from the Quizlet as well as same question. So that one, just go on Quizlet and you'll find it. Then I had Safe Driving. That one was similar to Quizlet. I can't remember if it was exact, but it was similar. So I would just read it and kind of get a feel for what that passage is saying. I also had Rainforest. Rainforest was not like the one on Quizlet, but it wasn't a difficult passage. I mean, actually to me, that was the hardest passage because I would try and find the answers on the passage, and it was more like critical thinking type of questions rather like, you know, it said like, based on the passage, what would you think is a problem or something like that. And so it was like critical thinking rather than let me go back and check on the passage. But it's really short, so I guess that helps. I also had Insomnia. Insomnia was like the Quizlet, but they weren't in order, and the answer choices were not like completely identical to the Quizlet. And I had Voice. Voice was word for word identical to the Quizlet.